A very warm good morning to each and every one of you. Uh, Today, as a part of a youth and as a part of uh, a healthy diet, you know, as we are going to learn about the nutrition, which I'm going to share with you all, what kind of diet we should take and what is important for our life to make us healthy and as well as to prepare for Lord's second coming. So let us quickly we'll go to the PowerPoints. So this is today's topic. I want to discuss about nutrition. What is nutrition? The study of how your body uses the food that you eat. You know, when we are in our young age, many of our parents, they tell that you can eat anything which will digest very easily. But as soon as we become old, we reduce, we come, we get very limited food to eat. Will be little choosy because maybe our digestive system will be little weak. So today I am giving you the tips so that you can make a healthy diet and as well as you can be healthy though you're old. You can that time also you can eat anything and you can digest. So let us quickly go to the um, slides. This is a food pyramid. As we can see, there are all types of foods, and these are the things what we can see, the type of people, you know, uh, the servings, and it says that a reliable source of vitamin B12 should be included if no dairy or eggs are consumed. I think many of us are parents. They have make us use, at least from the time we born, they give us the sunshine for at least 20 minutes. But here minimum we need 10 minutes of sunlight every day. We need to have 8 glass of water. Daily exercise is very needed, and a glass of milk and a boiled egg. Why it is important for a balanced diet? Why do you think that 3 times a meal we have to eat? No, it is not necessary that we have to eat 3 meals, but generally we try to eat 3 times in a day. But sometimes we we eat 6 times a day because we keep on eating things in the in the interval of our breakfast to lunch and our lunch to dinner. So in that case, we keep on eating and we make our stomach, our digestive system to work for us 24 into 7. I think the only 16 hours or maybe the only time when we sleep, but still the food is there. Though you sleep, the mechanism still works there for us and provides us the energy. So why it is important for a balanced diet? A balanced diet supplies the nutrients your body needs to work effectively. Without balanced nutrition, your body is more prone to diseases, infections, fatigue, and low performance. Children who don't get enough healthy foods may face growth and developmental problems, poor academic performance, and frequent infections. So it is making it very clear. These are the consequences of when we don't have when we don't have proper diet. You know, let me quickly take you to the next slide, which talks about the type of vegetarian diets, what we should consume as per LNG White, as per Bible, and what we have to do. And let us see what are the types of vegetarian, you know, a diet what we can consume. Here, the prefix lacto means milk can be found in words such as lactose, a chemical which is found in milk, and prefix ovo means egg that can be found in words such as oval, which means egg shaped. You know, lacto ovo vegetarian. These are those type of vegetarians those type of people who eat a lacto-ovo vegetarian is a person who eat no animal products such as meat except for milk and milk products like cheese, ice cream, and yogurts, and egg. Now here we have to focus why I'm using egg, because here we were eating that we don't have to do anything. This kind of persons, those who are lacto-ovo vegetarian, they won't prefer any meat, no animals except the milk products, cheese, yogurts, and egg. The second type of person is ovo vegetarian. These people, these persons who eats no animal products, no meat, no milk except for egg. They don't even consume any milk or no animal products, only egg. Egg is the source of everything for them. The third people, vegan vegetarian. These people, they are the type of vegetarian who eats no animal product at all. You can use cheese, ghee, everything, no animal product, purely veg. What is nutrient? Now we have to think about it. I'm talking nutrient. What is nutrient? As we have already told you in the beginning, let me tell you once again. A nutrient is a chemical substance in food that helps maintain the body. Some provide energy, all help build cells and tissues, regulate bodily processes such as breathing. No single food supplies all the nutrients the body needs to function. There are various things what food, when we eat, it will function inside our body. Those all I read for you. There are two types of nutrient, macro and micro. What is macronutrients? Macronutrients contains carbohydrates, proteins, fats, which is needed in a large amount for diet. Basic jobs of this micronutrient is energy and repair tissues, to give energy and to repair the wear and tear tissues in our body. What is micronutrients? These are the compound that helps regulate and support chemical reaction, vitamins, minerals, elements used to promote chemical reaction and form body structure, need in very small quantities in the diet, not much as macro. What are the source of nutrient what we get? When we talk about vitamin C, I remember when we were small, my father used to give us a vitamin C tablets to just chew. We used to really enjoy it, and he used to tell us that this is a chocolate for you. So we used to really enjoy those vitamin C. So here, but let's not talk about any medicine, but let's talk about the natural remedies what God has given us to enjoy and to eat. How does it help? It helps to absorb iron, prevent scurvy, needed for a range of essential metabolic reactions in the body, immune system. What are the source? How do we get this vitamin C? So vitamin C mostly you'll find in the fruits like orange, mangoes, strawberries, red sweet pepper, grapefruit, kiwi, sweet potato, and broccoli. These are the eminent source to get vitamin C for our body. Coming to vitamin A, where does it help in our body? It helps in vision, to have a bright and shining vision. Bone, it will make the bone healthy. Reproduction, immune system. We all have to fight with this coronavirus now, so we need an immune system. So we have to consume all these um, um fruits and vegetables. What I'm going to tell, it keeping cells in airway healthy. The food the sources, how we can get and how we can make vitamin A in our body, with the help of carrots, sweet potatoes, pumpkin, apricots, mango, papaya, kale, and spinach. These are the sources to get vitamin A. What about vitamin B1? It's also known as thiamine. It helps with carbohydrate metabolism, nerve function and heart function, which is very, very, very important in our body. I think without them we cannot, survive for even for a second. How do we get this vitamin B1? With the help of soya milk, sunflower seeds, pulses, whole grains, carbohydrates, fortified breakfast cereals. So all by consuming all this, we will maintain and we will get vitamin B1 in our body. Vitamin B2, which is also known as riboflavin, it helps with carbohydrates metabolism. The sources how we get vitamin B2 is the milk, yogurt, mushroom, spinach, fortified breakfast cereals, multigrains, and eggs. These sources will help us to gain vitamin B2 in our body. Iron, which is very important for our cells to transport oxygen around the body, helps cells produce energy needed for brain and immune function. Unless and until our brain won't function, we cannot, it won't give a signal to do certain things in our day-to-day life. So iron plays a very important nutrient in our body. The sources, how do we get this? Kidney beans, spinach, green beans, broccoli, potato, dry fruits, red meat, and tofu. These are the sources to get the iron in our body. Calcium. Whenever I talk about calcium, I remember that me and my brother had born and brought up in our grandparents' house. So we never lacked milk. We always got sufficient milk to drink, and without adding much water into that. So that's a pure milk what we had. So 99% in the body used to grow, develop, and strengthen bone and teeth. I think without our bone, if our bones are weak, if we fall, I think there's a chance of getting damage to the bone, or maybe a crack, or maybe just imagine a tooth or not so strong. So by the time we are eating food and chewing, just imagine our tooths are also falling down with that food. So it's very unusual to talk about, but calcium plays a very important role in our body also. It's also need for blood clotting, muscles contraction, nerve signaling. The food source, same again, milk and yogurt, and fortified plant-based alternatives like cheese, spinach, fortified cereal, tofu, broccoli, green beans, and almonds. These are the rich sources to get calcium in our body. Why it is important of drinking plenty of water? I think now winter is starting for us. Many of you will feel little lazy to go and drink water. But let me tell you, don't just think about the seasons. The seasons may go and come, but let us focus on the health of our health. No matter what season comes, we have to drink at least 8 glasses of water per day. And why? What are the functions of water? As you can see in the display, it maintains chemical process in our body. Blood volume, it maintains blood volume. It gives body temperature regulation. The amount of temperature what we need in our body, it maintains. It removes all kinds of waste with the help of kidney, because we have to be healthy. So there are some things. Suppose, let me talk about if any one of you went to this oil removal factory, what they do when they put those seeds to remove oil will be coming from one end, and all the waste will be going from one end. So kidney plays that part, and to help, water is very, very, very essential. Otherwise it will start taking pressure to clean all the waste from the body. It makes a body fluid like lubricant around joints. That's what I was talking about. Okay, need for digestion, part of saliva and belly. Why do we think that after food we start feeling thirsty? It do you did it, do you does it have to do anything with the water? Yes. Suppose to go things smoothly, if you put little liquid. Okay, suppose you're opening a nut and bolts, it's jam. What do? You put little oil into that, and what happens? It remove all the junks and it try to come out. The same thing water helps also in the digestion. Amniotic fluid, shocks absorber around the glowing fortis. That is also very 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 important uh, for a woman. How can we prevent diseases that can be controlled with diet? When we have a proper diet, I think we can control maximum amount of diseases what is there in this world. Cardiovascular disease, as you can see this graph, you can see the fat, how it is increasing. The first, see the blood cells, how freely they are going. But the moment if our diets are not good, see the fats, how it is developing here. And what will happen? There's a very less space for our blood cells to travel. So that's what is saying, narrowing, blocking of blood vessels, usually from cholesterol building up. And how does cholesterol build up? When we eat all unwanted foods, unhealthy foods, oily foods, can lead to heart attack and stroke. I don't want to get any heart attack and stroke. I think we all want to live a very healthy life until and unless we are there in this world, until unless when God calls us. We all want to live a healthy life. Do you know, do you want to suffer with this heart attack and stroke? So we need to control our diet. We need to very specific what we are eating. Okay, how it can change, which kind of diet. See, unless until there is a problem, there is no solution. Okay, so every problem has a solution. So the solution is you should reduce fat and sugar intake immediately. If anybody is fond of this thing, you should start reducing it. Reduce animal fat, swapping to plant fats. Okay, increase fruit, vegetables and whole grains. I think all these things you have to start doing it. And fruits, it's very very important in our day-to-day life. We must include fruits in our diet. It's a very humble request to all of you. The next, hypertension. I think most of the people, you go through with this hypertension. Why? Some of the other tensions we have: family tensions, study tensions, workloads, work tensions. So there are different types of hypertensions are there. But is it good for our health? No. What does it do? The blood pressure in arteries will be too high, often caused by too much salt. If you're consuming too much of salt and alcohol in the diet, being overweight, not enough exercise, all these things can lead to heart attack again, strokes, kidney failure, heart failure, eyesight problem, vascular dementia. I just want to put this word to all of you. As I was preparing about this nutrient, I have seen myself, I am nowhere around it. God made me healthy. God made me pure without all these problems. But my own thing is, my own diet or my own activity is making me fall to have all these problems in my life. We should avoid. I should avoid. And we all will avoid. How does this hypertension can be removed? Reduce salt intake, reduce fat and sugar intake, reduce animal fat, increase fruit, vegetables, and whole grains. This is a simple diet what we have to follow. Anemia, again, not enough iron in the diet or not being absorbed properly. As you see, 2-3 slides back, we talked about how to get iron. Can lead to tiredness, shortness of breath, heart palpitations. These are the things which we can cause for this anemia. But once again, we have a solution. Don't worry. How do we get? Choosing iron rich foods, which I have told you, eating with vitamin C rich foods, iron supplements. But to take these iron supplements, first we should discuss with the healthcare professionals. You should not take by your own. Diseases can be controlled with diet. How? Just think. Sorry, it was a technical glitch. Okay, diseases can be controlled with the diet. Osteoporosis, low bone density, weak bones, which will break easily. Many possible causes, not just diet. Diet changes that can help. Getting enough calcium and vitamin D when you're young. I think mother plays a very important role in our life, and we should thank God for giving mothers to giving us such a healthy diet. Not even when we are young. I think till they are alive, they try to give the best food what is important in that particular time for you. And that's what it is talking about. Come on. Now, this is something we all have to think about. Type 2 diabetes. I may not be a nurse, I may not be a doctor, but this is something which is more dangerous, which will have one person at a family. Every house, one person you will find with the diabetes. It may not be type 2, but diabetes is diabetes. But how can we do that? Study says that by 2034, we don't know whether we will be there till then or not, but 2034, you will get this type of type 2 diabetes. Every in 3%, 1% will be type 2 diabetic. Why? Again, diet plays a very important role. When the body is unable to regulate the sugar in blood, can go too high, usually caused by being overweight. And how do we get overweight? By eating all waste food, what we are getting attracted by the advertisements. Let us get attracted by LNG White writings, and let us try to eat those what she has suggested to make our body healthy. Not just from eating too much sugar, eating too much of anything that causes weight gain. Everything we should do in limit and start avoiding sugar. I know it's very tempting for all of us, and it's very hard, but I'm just telling you to just stop completely, start reducing. Okay, how can it change? How diet can be helpful for this? Reduce fat and sugar intake, that's what I was talking about. Increase fruits. You see in everywhere it is fruit, vegetables, and whole grains. Why? Because it has a multifunctions to do in our body that we should not forget. Whole grain versus white grain. You can see the graph. Whole grain flours contains all parts of the grains, bran, germs, and endosperm. Example, wholemeal bread, brown rice, what we eat, which is very good. White flour contains mostly endosperm, bran and germ removed during milling. This is the process what that I'm talking about. Whole grain flour contains more fiber, micronutrients, and healthy fats. Start consuming all this little by little. According to this RDA, recommended dietary allowance, it is the daily dietary intake level of a nutrient that is considered sufficient to meet the requirements of nearly all. The percentage you all can see, 97 to 98% healthy individual in each life stage and gender group. The RDAs are established by the Food and Nutrition Board of the National Academy of Science, which is in US. These are the reference intake. You can see in the percentage the type of energy, fats, carbohydrates, fibers, proteins. Large amounts can be toxic to the body. As I have prepared this chart, I have discussed you this vitamins. Vitamin A, how does it affect? Birth defects, nerves, liver, bone, and skin disorders. Vitamin D weakens bone and heart. That's what we need, sunlight. Vitamin E reduces blood clotting, weakness. Vitamin C, diarrhea. Vitamin B6, nerve damage. And here to my right side, here is the minerals. Iron, it is less, tummy upset, nausea, constipation, coma. Fluoride weakens teeth. Zinc, stop absorption of other minerals. Sodium, high blood pressure, dehydration. So we all have to maintain this minerals in our body. How? When we have a proper diet. So as you can see, these are the requirements for the nutrition, and I hope you all will go through with this. I can help you with this, but since we have started doing this ambassador, I want you to go through with all these requirements, and if you have any doubts, I am ready to help with you and to help you. Here are the charts. Now, after going through all these nutrition plans, I think I have made it very clear. Now, I would have given you the plan for it, but I want you to get your plans according to the presentation what I have given you. I think that's enough information for us to make a body healthy. Thank you. And if you have any requirements, any doubts, that's a mail ID of our Church Youth Director, Miss Marina. You can reach out in this mail ID. Thank you. Now, anyone of having any doubt, you can just unmute and speak.
Well, we have discussed about nutrition, so I just have a doubt. So we have discussed about fruits, right? Whether should we eat it in the morning or in the night? What do you suggest, Mr. Prince?
Fruit is something like, let's talk about papaya. Papaya you can consume empty stomach also, which is very good. You can should not add any spices to this guava. That's also very important. Morning you can consume, but you should not apply salt and mirchi to it, hotness to it. You should consume like how it is. So it's no that night or this thing morning, but yeah, there are many types of fruit you can consume in the morning and as well as the night also.
Okay, thank you. And I also have another question. So you said drink 8 glasses of water every day. So which one do you suggest, warm water or cold water? Can you tell me the cons and pros of taking which water is important?
It is always better to have little warm water because we don't know in which place we are staying. Let me talk about. Suppose you are traveling and you're in Hyderabad right now, and you're traveling to Bangalore. The water what you take, that's completely different. The mineral what you're getting from water is completely different. So what do you do is so what do you do is it may not change. So in that case, little warm water you can consume. It's not required though, but for some time, and which is also helps in digestion.
Thank you, Brother Prince, for the beautiful insights that you have shared with
And
us.
cool water will help to it will contrast your digestion. So I will recommend that anywhere throughout the year, warm water consumption is very good.
Thank you for answering my questions.
Anybody else?
Is being vegan good for you? Some say it's not healthy.
I didn't get your question.
Is being vegan good for your health? Left.
Yeah, it is good.
But they don't drink milk and they don't consume ghee also. But they are important for you.
Yes, because that is suggested by God, and as well as there are other supplements which you can consume, vegetables,
Oh,
sprouts. Yeah, you can replace that. Any more questions? Okay, if not, thank you all of you for joining and listening to me, and I see you all to join this ambassador, as you all are above 16, I think 16 plus. So I think I should see you all joining and glorifying